What is up, everybody? To Averse TV here today. So it appears that Sony is having women coming out and forming lawsuits against the company for alleged sexist treatment during the time of PlayStation. So this is what it officially says. 8 more women, including current and former employees, have joined the lawsuit alleging sexist treatment during their time at PlayStation. So it's kind of like this treatment the crazy stuff we've been hearing the Activision Blizzard has been happening over there. The same thing is happening at PlayStation, but it's not getting as much buzz about this story for some reason. People were like super outraged. Activision Blizzard saying doing boycotts and protests and saying they even had one guy, Greg Miller, say "F Bobby Kotick" at the Dice Awards. But this same energy isn't being thrown at Sony and PlayStation. I wonder why. And then when Survivor covers the story, Survivor covered the same story. It's like the comments are pretty crazy. They're attacking Survivor now. It's like Survivor's just covering the story. The fanboys are attacking this company now. Like, it's just ridiculous. So this seems to be a thing in this industry. At the very top of this industry, the people who are at the very top at making these decisions, they have a problem with, I guess, not getting this situation under control. This I guess is industry wide at this point. But yeah, let's see what people got to say about this news like this, because it's kind of disgusting. It's like really, why is it that you can't just go to work and not be harassed by being at work? It's just astonishing. Or have these type of random mistreatment because of what your gender is. That's kind of ridiculous, but I guess that's just the reality a lot of people live in, that people can't just do their work, and when they're at work, they have to harass you, do some type of weird nonsense while you're at work, and here's the problem we have today. So hopefully Sony addresses this and they clean house of people who need to be gone, but because this is pretty ridiculous, that as progressive as video games are, you still have this nonsense going on. So hopefully this gets addressed, and hopefully this gets more attention paid to it, because it's like nobody's talking about this pretty much. Like, sure, IGN covered it, but this isn't getting as much attention as the Activision Blizzard one does. Like, I don't know why people. I guess because people don't really like Activision as much and they love Sony, but this isn't getting as much attention at all. So first, look at the Survivor. Let's look at what people have to say about the Survivor reporting on this. You don't say. I love PlayStation, but this needs to be fairly investigated, and there needs to be accountability if needed. That says Survivor is reporting this. You can't tarnish Lord Sony's name. It's the vibe I'm getting for some of these comments. Sony asks court to dismiss ex-PlayStation workers' harassment suit. Okay. You mad? That's kind of a strange response to put to somebody covering a story like this. When he says, "You mad?" What? Good if it's true they need accountability 100%. Shame that some people aren't really interested in what makes this a problem, so they use it as nothing besides highlight it as a way of showing Sony hate. People better not defend this crap just because they made an effing Spider-Man game. The comments are more worried about Survivor being an X-bot more than they are worried about the actual issue at hand. Yeah, they showed so much concern about Activision, but kind of like, they don't really care about Sony. It's like, I guess because Sony does it, so they don't really care. It's just ridiculous. Also sad seeing people use this to fuel a console war. Jesus Xbot Central over here, because he reports on some news that Activision did the same. It was responsible, had the same allegations. He reported on that as well, but because it's Sony, you're just an Xbot now. It's fascinating. I'm an Xbox guy. Even I cringe at the blatant anti-bias from Survivor, especially after Sony refused to send the review copies. Who is this guy? We don't know this guy. We don't claim this guy's an Xbox guy. Who is this guy? I'm an Xbox. This guy, yeah, nobody believes this guy. LOL. Sony should have sent that GT7 review copy. Sadly, something that is everywhere. Salty. Poor Sony, disgusting. What the F is going on over here? LML. This page literally turned to a Sony haters. Turned to Sony haters. It looks like they are just reporting on what's happening. It's not an opinion piece. Yeah, they're not giving their opinion. They're just literally reporting the news of what's going on right now. But it's a problem now. So there's only a proposed lawsuit on an actual one. These people are hurt. I don't know. It's 8 people. What is it like? 8 people joined the lawsuit. 8 more women. So there was already an existing lawsuit, but 8 more people joined in and said, "Hey, this is what happened to me." So, if it was like maybe like 1 or 2, it was an alleged case. You can prove it, sure, but this is 8 more women joining this thing right here. Yeah, this is not looking good. So it's always an issue at Sony, or they need to address something with what's going on here. So he says out of 19 writers as Survivor, only 2 are female. Now that's sexism and discrimination. What? Oh, and of course, he has a platinum trophy as his avatar. The craziness knows no bounds with these Sony guys. Jeez. Love Their Revenge. Your mom is among the 8. Wow. Very mature. LMA, you're what is it? Easily? I don't know what he's trying to say. LMA, you're Resley mad they denied you those codes, huh? Typical pony response for anything Sony does. What does it say? I agree, boo boo. Hey. Okay. You got that right there. Sad to see that people would defend it just because it's a company they love. You didn't defend Activision Blizzard, so why do the same? Is it because you want to defend a plastic box? Definitely didn't. They was definitely vehemently against Activision Blizzard, but a lot of these people take it like this. They just want to cover their eyes and ears about the Sony news that's coming out right here. I call him Xbox fanboy. It's apparently reporting on sexism or sexism allegations going on at Sony. Makes you a fanboy. That's interesting to hear. The dork Survivor have a hard-on for this, while the suicides of women from Activision cause no concern. You guys have no credibility. Oops, someone is still talking about the GT7, it seems. What is wrong with these Sony guys? It's like, wow. Just the comments I'm reading is just ridiculous. This is an issue, but I'd rather read it from Kotaku than your dog-ass website. Oh, man, is Kotaku... When did Kotaku become like the go-to website? Like, what? LMFAO, you're really this butthurt about not getting a free copy of PlayStation games to review? LMFAO, like, how are you going to post this about PlayStation or Microsoft is literally being investigated for illegal trading to bail out a sexist CEO, and yet you wonder why PlayStation took a stand against you? I have no idea what he's talking about. I haven't heard any story like this, but okay. But yeah, it's just, like, really? These people they are more mad the survivors actually covering this story than they are about the actual situation. Like, this is crazy. Sony really needs to get their act together. Stuff like this is why Xbox ends up winning every year. Focus on games and not harassing women. If the allegations are true, hope they clean house. Y'all should have a response statement instead of trying to make it go away. Yeah, I don't think Sony talked about this. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard Sony talk about this situation whatsoever, so I don't know. Definitely looking spooky on Sony's side. Then you got their fan base just defending it, like, like what's up with that too? Like, this is kind of spooky. Xbox would never. Xbox ain't spotless either. When the play has no limit, not more, no more. This has to stop. Microsoft is about to make a bid on PlayStation. Have that same Activision energy, and that's like the main thing I'm gonna get from this is like, why is the same energy Activision had when they had these allegations lawsuits? Why isn't the same energy be put to PlayStation? Pretty much, it's like same energy is not there. It's definitely not there. I'm not gonna see an award show open up and a guy says F Jim Ryan because of these allegations. They're not gonna do that, but they have that all the smoke for Activision though, which is just fascinating. This is why Xbox is better. Xbox literally has the same problem all major companies do. Is that a thing? Like, let's see. Is that a thing? What he apparently this quote, what does this have to do with anything? Many video game companies pay QA staff so little that they have to share apartments and even skip meals to get by. Here's a different story. I worked at Xbox for nearly 3 years in a full-time QA role. I make $107,000 as a base salary with stock. Okay. Okay, so apparently $107,000 is not a lot of money. What is going on there? What does that have to do with anything? I'm not sure what this has to do with anything. I'm pretty sure 107K a year is a lot of money, but I don't know what's going on. What does that have to do with anything? Okay, back to the comments. PlayStation keeps sinking deeper and deeper. And PlayStation joins the chain, first Activision, then Ubisoft, and now PlayStation. This is nothing like that. The ones behind the lawsuit just feel that it's harder to get a promotion for women than men, which is still a valid point, but it's not even close to the S that was happening in Activision. Let's see. This is about to become the most toxic trend on Twitter. Now keep the same energy you have for Activision Blizzard. Yeah. I blame the Xbox for this. Okay, so apparently Xbox fans are the reason why there's sexism accusations at Sony. Like, what? I don't know if people actually read the article because the expression is mixed out of context from the lawsuit. They are saying they are not being promoted and having the ability to have higher positions, not sexual harassment like others are implying. Okay. Yeah. Then this guy pops up. We know what this guy did. That's a terrible example. It's just, jeez. So women can accuse employees of being sexist if they are considered for promotions. There were 0 women considered, sure, that's sexist, but there were 4 considered, so it sounds like the others simply were suitable for the promoted role. That lawsuit is definitely a PlayStation exclusive. It's only time for something happens at Xbox. Now they want something to happen at Xbox. Like, what the hell? They want some type of crazy news to come out of Xbox because of what's going on with Sony. That's a crazy mindset to have right there. Jeez. Now Phil Spencer's gonna buy them. Nah. I know people are making jokes, but that's never gonna happen. So Xbox is never gonna buy PlayStation because the monopoly people would definitely come out the woodworks and say, hey, this is a monopoly. This is a definitely monopoly at that point. So that's not gonna happen. Let's see. Yeah, it's not included right here. It's like we get the gist of it. There's a lawsuit. There's lawsuits going on, and 8 more people jump in. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Yeah, it's kind of the same stuff as the Activision Blizzard thing. They're trying to say it's not as bad as that one, but it's still pretty bad. It's like, why is it all these big companies, the sexism thing pops up once again? It rears its ugly head in all these big gamer companies. So, and people just don't have the same energy like they did for Activision Blizzard when it's obvious. They're more mad that a company is actually coming. They're more mad that a journalist actually come like Survivor than the actual situation what's going on here. So, this is kind of ridiculous. Once again, stop defending these companies. It's like they're defending Sony like Sony is their father or something, like it's their mama or something. Sony doesn't care about you in the slightest. They just want your money. So I don't know why these people are defending this company like this. It's kind of weird, but okay. But yeah, it's sad to see. Like, hopefully, there's like people love gaming as a hobby. We don't want this nonsense in our hobby as well. It's like, if it is just about people getting promoted, and they promote these people if they have the credentials, it's like, what's the big deal? I don't see what the big deal is. But yeah, I'm going to conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.